recently learned that you should never go to Africa because once you do, you land in Kenya and somehow end up camping next to hippos. You go on a safari in the Masai Mara and then you get bed bugs. You almost die whitewater rafting in Uganda and the next day you're standing a few feet away from a silverback gorilla in Burundi. In Rwanda, you stand inside the genocide memorial and cry harder than you have in years. And days later, you're on Lake Kivu watching cows swim past your boat and walk underneath trees filled with thousands of bats. You cross into Burundi and somehow get invited to a wedding by complete strangers. Then you watch the royal drummers perform and your jaw basically hits the floor. You spend 28 hours crossing Tanzania by train, trek through the forest looking for chimpanzees, and somehow end up spending 10 days barefoot on the most tropical island. In Malawi, you nearly get scammed at the border, but you swim in some of the most beautiful lakes you've ever seen, and then your body swells up so badly you can barely move. And when you run out of local currency, you hitchhike to Zambia, where you swim in a natural infinity pool on the literal edge of Victoria Falls and get bedbugs again. Then a hippo chases your boat in Botswana, and the next night you sleep in the middle of salt pans under more stars than you've ever seen in your life. You see Victoria Falls again from Zimbabwe, and somehow your taxi driver becomes your friend and takes you exploring underground caves. You have a complete breakdown alone at a bus station in Mozambique in public, and a few days later you're underwater seeing more marine life than you've ever seen on a single dive. You get completely lost alone in the most beautiful Eswatini wilderness and make extremely uncomfortable eye contact with the wildebeest. And then you get to Johannesburg, a city almost everyone told you not to visit. But a man named Kaiser who grew up in Soweto shows you his city like it's the most precious place in the world. You hitchhike across a tiny mountain kingdom, ride a horse through the mountains, and sleep in a village where strangers make you dinner from scratch. You jump off the world's highest commercial bridge bungee, get inside a cage with sharks, and then you sit on the floor of an airport in Cape Town and you cry because after 5 months of buses, orders, strangers, chaos, kindness, you're about to leave the place where you felt more connected to other people than anywhere else in the world. So yeah, I recently learned that you should never go to Africa because once you do, you'll never want to leave.